And now, coming to you live from somewhere over central Canada, Pre-Calculus 11. Dance. 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 Today, Section 7.3, Absolute Value Equations. Alright, so an example here of solving an absolute value equation would be something like this. Solve the absolute value of x plus 4 is equal to 10. Now, if I told you that I was thinking of a number whose absolute value was 10, you should rightly know that I'm either thinking of 10 or negative 10. And that's really what's happening here. Either x plus 4, whose absolute value we are taking, is equal to 10, or x plus 4 must be equal to negative 10. Whatever's inside the absolute value signs has to either be equal to 10 or negative 10. So then we can work through both of these linear equations quite simply by subtracting 4 from both sides here in this example, getting x equals 6, or by subtracting both sides over here and getting x equals negative 14. Now we can check this on both sides. To check both of these solutions, what is the absolute value of 6 plus 4? That's 10. Yay, this is a good solution. And what is the absolute value of negative 14 plus 4? Well, of course, that's the absolute value of negative 10, which is equal to 10. So, yay, it all works out. We have two solutions here. X is equal to negative 14, or x is equal to 6. Now, we could also do a graphical solution for this. So to do this, we could do it in a couple of ways. One would be to enter the two sides of the equation as both a y1 and a y2 entry, being absolute value of x plus 4 and 10. Setting your window settings appropriately so you can see everything. All you need to do then is graph it and find these points of intersection. You can see I've found one of them up here. X is equal to 6, y is equal to 10. And of course the other solution is x is equal to negative 14, which we already saw. Another way to solve this by graphing is to just make one equation, y equals the absolute value of x plus 4 minus 10, and then graph that whole thing. In this case, since you have one equation, what you would be looking for is the zeros of the equation, which again you can see are clearly located at 6 and negative 14. Okay, let's look at another one here. Absolute value of 2x plus 1 equals 4x plus 3. So this means that 2x plus 1 equals 4x plus 3, or that 2x plus 1 equals negative 4x plus 3. And solve both of these equations. Subtract 3 from both sides here, negative 2. Subtract 2x from both sides here equals 2x, therefore x is equal to negative 1. Or again over here, we have 2x plus 1 equals negative 4x minus 3. So add 4x to both sides, I get 6x. Subtract 1 from both sides equals negative 4. Dividing both sides by negative 6, I get x equals negative 4 over 6, which of course reduces to negative 2 over 3. So we would check over here, 2 times negative 1 plus 1, take the absolute value of that, and see whether or not that's equal to 4 times negative 1 plus 3. On the left, I'm getting negative 2 plus 1, so negative 1, absolute value of negative 1, equal to negative 4 plus 3. This gives me negative 1 on the right. This says absolute value of negative 1 is equal to negative 1. That is false. This solution here is, your favorite word, extraneous. Just like we saw with radical functions. Testing it with negative 2/3 will actually work out. This solution is not extraneous, but the other one is. But I'll leave the check on the second one for you to verify on your own. You can do it with your calculators. Now, what are the steps for solving an absolute value equation algebraically? Well, number one, isolate the absolute value. 2. Remove the absolute value brackets and create two new equations. The first one, where you simply have left side equals right side without the brackets, and the second one, where you have left side equals negative right side, or if it's easier because of the numbers and the equations involved, maybe you go negative left side equals right side. Either way, you've got one equation where it's positive equals positive, and another one where it's positive equals negative. Step 3, solve the two new equations that you've generated. They will either be linear, as in the examples we've done, or quadratic, which one of these days I should get around to teaching you guys how to solve quadratic equations. That would be really good. And fourth step, check your solutions for extraneous roots. And then, of course, everybody's favorite fifth step. Speaking of favorite things, it's now time for Two for You! Question number 1, solve the absolute value of 2x plus 5 plus 8 equals 2. Be careful with this one, it's a little bit sneaky. Question 2, solve the absolute value of x minus 5 equals x squared plus 7x. A quadratic? So until next time, keep your pencils sharp, and I'll see you in class. Answers in 3, 2, 1. Ta-da!